This is 5 for 5. 5 strategic priorities with 5 objectives each for 5 years, driving our mission forward. Together, these priorities shape our thesis. That is, transformative student experience, impactful research, commitment to our faculty and staff, engagement and partnerships, and finally, sustainable resource mobilization and stewardship. Now let's delve into the individual priorities. Transformative student experience. Empowering students through technology-driven, student-centered learning, preparing them to thrive in a global society. Impactful research. Pioneering research that addresses the world's biggest challenges and forges a better tomorrow. Commitment to our faculty and staff. Supporting our faculty and staff with agile structures, growth opportunities, and recognition for excellence. Engagement and partnerships. Building powerful connections across industry, government, and academia to amplify our reach and influence. Sustainable resource mobilization and stewardship. Ensuring UG's legacy of impact through responsible resource management and environmental stewardship. Join us in embracing 5 for 5. Together, let's shape the future, sing our mantra, and make the University of Ghana a beacon of transformation and impact.
And the oceans we fulfill, and we proceed in unity to oppose the public wars.
Hello. While we are waiting for the members of convocation, please take note of these housekeeping announcements. We have washrooms in the hall. Washrooms are in the hall to my right and to my left. The ones to my right, which is to your left, are for females. There is a door on my right side leading to washrooms for females. And there is one on my left side
At the University of Ghana, our vision is to achieve global impact through innovative research, teaching and learning, using a technology-driven and people-centered approach. Our 2024 to 2029 strategic plan is built on 5 priorities, guiding us to transform, inspire, and elevate our university community. This is 5 for 5. 5 strategic priorities with 5 objectives each for 5 years, driving our mission forward. Together, these priorities shape our thesis, that is, transformative student experience, impactful research, commitment to our faculty and staff, engagement and partnerships, and finally, sustainable resource mobilization and stewardship. Now let's delve into the individual priorities. Transformative student experience. Empowering students through technology-driven, student-centered learning, preparing them to thrive in a global society. Impactful research. Pioneering research that addresses the world's biggest challenges and forges a better tomorrow. Commitment to our faculty and staff. Supporting our faculty and staff with agile structures, growth opportunities, and recognition for excellence. Engagement and partnerships. Building powerful connections across industry, government, and academia to amplify our reach and influence. Sustainable resource mobilization and stewardship. Ensuring UG's legacy of impact through responsible resource management and environmental stewardship. Join us in embracing 5 for 5. Together, let's shape the future, sing our mantra, and make the University of Ghana a beacon of transformation and impact.
And the oceans we to feel, then we proceed in unity to oppose the public wars.
From different parts, different places, with different stories. Some arrive in comfort. Some through hustle. Some arrive through perseverance. Different journeys, one destination. Because no journey is complete until everyone is included. We may come from different places, through different paths, but our destination is the same. There is strength in our diversity and greatness in our unity. University of Ghana graduation ceremonies, celebrating every journey. At the University of Ghana, our vision is to achieve global impact through innovative research, teaching and learning, using a technology-driven and people-centered approach. Our 2024 to 2029 strategic plan is built on 5 priorities, guiding us to transform, inspire, and elevate our university community. This is 5 for 5. 5 strategic priorities with 5 objectives each for 5 years, driving our mission forward. Together, these priorities shape our thesis, that is, transformative student experience, impactful research, commitment to our faculty and staff, engagement and partnerships, And finally, sustainable resource mobilization and stewardship. Now let's delve into the individual priorities. Transformative student experience. Empowering students through technology-driven, student-centered learning, preparing them to thrive.
For the sake of those who just came, I'm taking the housekeeping announcements again. If you are wearing a sash, please take it off because it's not part of our official dress code for this ceremony. We also have washrooms in the hall for those of us inside the hall. There are washrooms to my right and to my left. To my right are washrooms for ladies, and to my left are washrooms for males. Please see our ushers if you have to take a comfort break. We are also live on the university's social media channels. You can share the links with your family and friends to follow us. Thank you very much. Our guests seated outside, please rise to receive the members of convocation. Guests and students outside, please rise to receive the members of convocation. Graduates and guests inside the hall, please let's rise for the members of convocation. You may resume your seats as we wait for members of the University Council. Guests and graduates outside the hall, please rise for members of the University Council. Guests and graduates outside the hall, please rise for members of the University Council. Graduates and guests inside the hall, kindly rise for members of the University Council. We shall remain standing for the national anthem. Thanks very much. Please resume your seats. Member of Council representing the Chancellor of the University, members of the University Council, Madam Vice Chancellor, Provost of the College of Humanities, College Registrar of the College of Humanities, Deans, Directors, members of Convocation, our distinguished guest speaker, graduates, our friends from the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the Great Hall of the University of Ghana. As a university, we take very much interest in delivering on our first strategic priority, which is transformative student experience. And as part of efforts to advance this goal, we have planned 17 congregation ceremonies to celebrate our students who successfully completed their programs during the 2024-2025 academic year. We are currently at the third ceremony planned for the College of Humanities for students graduating from the University of Ghana Business School. To proceed with the program, please join me to invite the College Registrar of the College of Humanities, Mr. Benedict Fosueje, who is representing the Registrar, to make introductory remarks on her behalf and also to take over proceedings. Please, let's welcome Mr. Fosueje.
Representative of the Chancellor, Madam Vice Chancellor, Provost, College of Humanities, Deans and Directors, Heads of Departments, members of Convocation, graduating students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen here in the Great Hall, and joining us from all over the world via the live stream, a very good morning to you all. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. On behalf of the Registrar, I am delighted to welcome all of you to this morning congregation ceremony, which is dedicated to the College of Humanities. We have gathered here to confer degrees on students who have worked so hard to complete their courses of study in the 2024-2025 academic year and are graduating today. I am happy to see so many graduates gathered here to participate in this ceremony. The university is graduating about 15,288 students in 17 separate ceremonies, and for the College of Humanities, this is our third ceremony. Now, I urge all graduating students to follow the instructions of the ushers. We have a number of them on my left and on my right. Kindly follow their instructions and to remain in the auditorium until the ceremony is over. We will do our very best to keep the proceedings as short as possible so that after the ceremony, you can go out and take your photographs and celebrate with your friends and family. I believe that is fine, right? Go out and take good pictures with your friends and family. But let's finish the program completely before you step out. Thank you. And I urge all graduated students to return their academic gowns immediately after the ceremony at the designated collection points in order to collect their certificates. No gowns, no certificate, right? And there are some punishment or penalty that have been communicated to you. So as soon as we finish, kindly go to the collection point, return your gowns, and take your certificates. Representative of the Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, it is a tradition in this university to acknowledge during congregation ceremonies students who have come from all over the world to study in this institution. It is my pleasant duty, therefore, to call on the Provost of the College of Humanities, my Provost, Professor Joseph Yaro, to perform a short but very important ceremony to acknowledge our international students who are graduating today. So, students, your Provost, your students, please. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is a tradition at the University of Ghana that at congregation ceremonies, we acknowledge our international students who have come from all over the world to study at Legon. Although the COVID-19 severely impacted our international student numbers, we are pleased to report that members of the UG graduating class of 2025 have come from 23 countries, including Ghana. And these countries are Benin, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Hungary, India, Kenya, Liberia, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, Rwanda, Saudi Arabia, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Tanzania, Togo, Uganda, and the United States of America. I now call on all our international students graduating today to stand to be acknowledged. All international students graduating today, thank you. Applause for you. So, our dear international students, we cherish your contribution to the academic and social life of the University of Ghana, and we wish you well in your future endeavors. Please be seated. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Provost Professor Joseph Yaro. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to introduce the Member of Council representing the Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Dr. Karim Hachu, who is presiding over this morning congregation ceremony on behalf of the Chancellor. Dr. Karim Hachu is an academic and a management consultant with over 24 years of professional experience, spanning both industry and academia in Ghana and internationally. He has worked extensively in the public and private sectors, bringing on board his expertise in organizational leadership, corporate governance, business development, marketing, finance, and administration. Dr. Hachu has developed a strong professional interest in public financial management and auditing through sustained participation in local and international training programs, conferences, workshops, and webinars. Over the years, he has held several senior management positions and has served with distinction as chair of the audit committees for the institutions including Ministry of Interior, the University of Ghana, the Cocoa Marketing Company Limited, and the Coastal Development Authority. He is a former board member of the Internal Audit Agency and currently serves as a member of the Governing Council of the University of Ghana and Vice Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Ghana Academy of Muslim Professionals. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Dr. Hachu to the podium to deliver his opening remarks and invite the Vice Chancellor, Professor Nanaba Apiamfo, to deliver the Vice Chancellor's report to congregation. Thank you. Doc.
Members of the University Council, Madam Vice Chancellor and other officers of the university, our special guest speaker, members of convocation, staff and students, the alumni of the University of Ghana, new graduates, guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Chancellor of the University of Ghana, I am delighted to welcome you all to today's gathering as we celebrate the achievements of our graduating students. This ceremony reflects the shared pride of the entire university community with achievements of our graduating students being the result of collective efforts with families, faculty, administrators, and our funding partners all playing their vital roles in the process. To our graduates, I offer you my warmest congratulations. Your journey to this point has demanded real perseverance, discipline, and sacrifice. Many of you have balanced your studies with work, family responsibilities, and financial pressures. Yet, you've been able to make it. Being here today is a confirmation of your resilience and determination, and we celebrate you for this great accomplishment. Graduating students, you enter the world at a time of rapid change and many opportunities. Education, combined with initiative and integrity, remains one of the most powerful tools for transforming society. The knowledge and values you have acquired and gained here are meant not only for your personal advancement, but more importantly, for the service of Mother Ghana, Africa, and the wider world. Please don't forget that. The University Strategic Plan, which was launched in 2024, emphasizes student-centered, technology-driven, and interdisciplinary learning, positioning our graduates to thrive in an increasingly complex and digital global environment, which we have found ourselves today. I am glad to observe that we are already seeing the impact of our intentionality in these areas. And as a university, we must continue to place the student experience at the heart of our mission. I am encouraged, greatly encouraged by management's commitment to fostering an inclusive culture in which students feel supported, valued, and empowered to succeed against all odds. These efforts, ladies and gentlemen, are shaping a truly transformative student experience, and I urge management, led our indefatigable Madam Vice Chancellor, to continue advancing this important strategic priority. Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasant duty to declare this assembly, August gathering, duly constituted for the award of degrees to successful graduates. At this juncture, I have the pleasure now to invite Lady Vice Chancellor, Professor Nanaba Ampiamfo, to present her report on the status of our great university. Audience, your Vice Chancellor, Madam Vice Chancellor, your audience. Thank you.
Member of Council representing the Chancellor, members of the University Council, Provost of the College of Humanities, College Registrar, Deans, Directors, and Heads of Departments, our distinguished guest speaker, members of Convocation, members of the Advisory Board of the College of Humanities, staff and students, alumni, graduates, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen joining us from all around the world, good morning. It is my pleasure to warmly welcome you to this congregation ceremony for the 2024-2025 cohort of students from the College of Humanities. The February 2026 congregation ceremonies are dedicated to undergraduate and postgraduate students from the 4 colleges of the university. In total, 15,288 graduates will be awarded degrees during 17 congregation sessions. This number is made up of 153 PhDs, 4,197 master's graduates, 10,543 undergraduates, and 395 students will be graduating with diplomas. We are indeed pleased that you are able to join us to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our students. Graduating students, today we celebrate the completion of your academic programs, as well as the boldness and confidence with which you step into the next stage of your lives. Congratulations and best wishes to you all. State of the University. I am pleased to share highlights of the university's progress over the past year, guided by our strategic plan for the period 2024 to 2029. The full report can be found in the congregation brochure. Through deliberate investments in teaching, research, innovation, governance, and partnerships, the University of Ghana has continued to consolidate its position as Ghana's premier university, a leader in West Africa, and a respected global institution. Our work remains anchored in our 5 strategic priorities: transformative student experience, impactful research, commitment to our faculty and staff, engagement and partnerships, and sustainable resource mobilization and stewardship. Academic and Student Affairs. For the 2025-2026 academic year, 16,498 new undergraduate students and 6,651 graduate students have enrolled in various programs, and we continue to work towards expanding access, equity, and academic excellence. The automation of academic and administrative processes continues across various units, improving efficiency, turnaround times, and service delivery. Global rankings and reputation. I'm particularly proud to highlight the university's exceptional performance in global university rankings, which reflect the strength of our academic enterprise and research environment. In the 2026 Times Higher Education World University Rankings, the University of Ghana emerged as Ghana's top performing institution in the key areas of research environment, industry engagement, and international outlook. In the 2026 QS World University Rankings, the University of Ghana remains the highest ranked university in Ghana and West Africa, and among the leading institutions in sub-Saharan Africa. And I'm glad to add that in the first QS Sub-Saharan African rankings released only last Friday, the University of Ghana remains the leading university in the country and in West and East Africa as well. We also placed first in Ghana and second in West Africa in the inaugural Times Higher Education Interdisciplinary Science Rankings 2025, underscoring our strength in cross-disciplinary research. The University of Ghana School of Law has been ranked the best in Ghana and West Africa and sixth in Africa in the 2026 Times Higher Education World University Rankings by subject for law, confirming the school's status as a leading center for legal education and research. Research, innovation, and partnerships. Representative of the Chancellor, the university continues to lead in research and innovation. In 2025, the Research and Innovation Directorate and our colleges executed 133 research agreements valued at over $41 million, demonstrating strong global confidence in the work of our faculty and researchers. The Eugene Carbon Collaborative has been launched, aimed at empowering young people to transform Ghana's agri-food systems through inclusive youth-led solutions. An innovation enclave, a state-of-the-art facility established in partnership with Imperial College London and the Cosmos Innovation Center, has been commissioned to provide a makerspace that enables students and researchers to translate ideas into impactful solutions addressing Africa's development challenges. Infrastructure. Representative of the Chancellor, while infrastructure constraints remain a challenge, the university continues to expand facilities for student accommodation and to support teaching, learning, and research. Management of the university has supported the Student Representative Council and Graduate Student Association of Ghana on the initiation of a hostel project, the first phase of which will provide 5,000 beds for students. Preliminary work has started towards the construction of a 10,000-bed student hostel through a private-public partnership. This project will use prefabricated technology for the construction of the hostel as a cost-efficient measure. Achievements of our community. Our students, faculty, and alumni continue to bring honor to the university. Among many achievements, UG was adjudged National Best University in Practical Agriculture at the 2025 National Farmers' Day. It's okay to applaud. We can do it better. The UG debate team emerged as 2025 Pan-African Universities Debate Champions. Students of the UG School of Law won the 2025 Jessup Ghana Moot Court competition, and again they have just won the 2026 version. The Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research has received national and global recognition for its contributions to health research. 3 of our students have won international awards in sustainable food packaging design. Many of our faculty members have received prestigious international honors and recognition for excellence in their fields, and I'll mention a few. Former Vice Chancellor Emeritus Professor Clifford Niboy Tego, the Pro-Vice Chancellor in charge of Academic and Student Affairs, Professor Gordon A. Awandare, and Professor Emmanuel Ohinia Fuaka, a member of faculty, have been honored for their respective contributions to mathematics and science excellence, biomedical research, and natural sciences at the 2025 Millennium Excellence Awards. Professor Wandare has also received the prestigious Barley K. Ashford Medal in recognition of his outstanding leadership and contributions to global health research. Professor Elsie Ifa-Kaufman, Dean of the School of Engineering Sciences, has been formally inducted as an International Fellow of the Royal Academy of Engineering, becoming the first Ghanaian ever to receive this prestigious honor. I am pleased to mention that I have been appointed to the following high-level positions: Chair of the Council of the Association of Commonwealth Universities, Vice Chair of the Worldwide Universities Network Partnership Board, and the Association of African Universities Ambassador for Gender Equity and Social Inclusion. I am humbled by these appointments, and I'm sure that I speak on behalf of all other members of the university community who have been honored or appointed to various high national and international bodies, that it is achievements such as these that spur us on towards reaching excellence and maintaining high standards in our work. I encourage all of us as members of our community to continue to work hard to keep the flag of the University of Ghana flying high. Now to our graduates, your journey to this moment has required resilience, discipline, and determination. Today marks both an ending and a beginning, the successful closure of one chapter in your lives and the beginning of another, and we proudly salute your achievements. As you step into the wider world, I urge you to uphold the values of excellence, integrity, and service. Continue to be worthy ambassadors of the University of Ghana, and may your contributions positively shape society. Once again, congratulations to you all. Representative of the Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Madam Vice Chancellor, for your address to congregation. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now introduce our guest speaker. Our guest speaker for this morning's ceremony is Mr. Joseph Boachi Yadom. Mr. Boachi Yadom is a managing partner and chief operating officer of the Oasis Capital. He has significant experience in operations management, finance, manufacturing, and provides valuable support in operations, investment process management, and business development services to investee companies. Proud to join Oasis Capital, he was a chief executive officer of Masili Group in Ghana, a French packaging conglomerate, having risen from the position of finance manager. He managed about 100 staff in operations, finance, and sales to consistently deliver a range of packaging products for clients across West Africa. His operational experience and network in both Francophone and Anglophone West Africa are great assets to his team. He has been a board member of Oasis Capital Ghana since its inception and joined the team on full-time basis as a partner in 2012 and now as a managing partner. He also serves on the board of Sinel Specialist Hospital, App and Mobile Solutions Limited, and Everpure Holdings, among others. Mr. Yadam holds a bachelor degree in accounting and MBA in finance, both from the University of Ghana Business School. He speaks both English and French. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Boachi Yadom, to deliver his address to congregation. Thank you.
Representative of the Chancellor, members of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellors, Registrar, Provost, College of Humanities, Chairman and members of the College of Humanities Advisory Board, Deans, Directors, and Heads of Departments, members of convocation, staff and students, alumni and friends of the university, graduates, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you all. And congratulations to our dear graduates for completing your courses of study here at the University of Ghana. You have demonstrated commitment to knowledge, to self-improvement, and your future. You have overcome challenges, many of them visible, but some deeply personal. And today, you receive the prize that you and your families have sacrificed for. Celebrate that. But I suspect that many of you are quietly thinking, at last the studying is over. No more lectures, no more exams, no more group projects. A chapter has closed. But my dear graduates, your education is not over. It is about to begin again in a different form. You are about to enter a new curriculum, a curriculum called life. And one skill in particular will determine much of your trajectory. You must learn how to become economically viable. Economic viability means transforming your knowledge of yourself, of your environment, and of your field into value that sustains you and contributes to others. It means understanding how the economy around you functions and positioning yourself so that you are not merely present within it, but productively engaged in it. It means generating enough economic value to support yourself, to contribute to your family, and ultimately to uplift your community. Economic viability is not just about getting a job. It is about becoming valuable. It is about asking these questions. What problems can I solve? What needs can I meet? What capabilities can I develop that the market, local or global, will reward. This responsibility now rests with you. It may sound daunting, but you are more than capable. You have the intellectual foundation. However, intellect alone will not carry you forward. There are 3 traits that will serve you especially well. And these are humility, tenacity, and fearless imagination. Why humility? For years, many of you have been among the best in your classes. You have operated at the top of your academic communities. But once you step out of this campus, you will become beginners again. Whether you have a bank job lined up for you, are pursuing postgraduate study, launching a business, or still searching, you are starting anew. Grades will no longer be the currency. Value creation will be the currency. You are one of many talented graduates. That is humbling reality. It is a humbling reality. The way you distinguish yourself is not by your certificate alone, but by the tangible value you contribute to employers, to customers, institutions, and communities. Humility allows you to keep learning. It allows you to accept feedback. It allows you to build competence. And it allows you to adapt quickly. It reminds you that no matter how much you know, there is more to learn. And in a world shaped by a rapid technological change, from AI to automation, continuous learning is not optional. It is survival. Humility is not weakness. It is strategic strength. I'll say that again. Humility is not weakness. It is strategic strength. I remember when I left working for a manufacturing company as CEO for 13 years. And my friend invited me to join him when he was building a private equity practice in Ghana. I had worked in operations, done strategy, but I had not done investments. Here I was, partner, leading the investment team, but have done very little in investment throughout my 13 years of work. I had to rely on my subordinates. I had to ask questions. Many times I went to my colleague and said, "How do you find my work?" And I remember on one occasion he said to me, "You are bold." Because sometimes you can get very tough feedback that can break you. But to come and sit in front of me and say, "How do you find my work?" means you are ready to be criticized and then improve. That is what I did in humility. The second trait is tenacity. Some call it grit. I call it disciplined persistence. You are entering a complex environment. Graduate unemployment is real. Macroeconomic pressures are real. Structural inefficiencies are real. We can all acknowledge these realities. We can advocate for better systems and leadership, as we often hear on radio and on social media. But at the individual level, at your level, you must be relentless. Tenacity means sending the 21st application after the 20th rejection. It means refining your business model after initial failure. Tenacity means learning a new skill when the old one becomes obsolete. It means showing up consistently even when results are slow. It means refusing to allow external circumstances to define your ceiling. You cannot control inflation. You cannot control policy shifts, but you can control your effort, your discipline, your resilience. If you develop this trait deeply, not emotionally, but structurally, you will outlast many who are more talented but less persistent. The third one is fearless imagination. This is what creates the future. The Ghana your grandparents knew is not the Ghana you inhabit. And the Ghana you inhabit will not be the Ghana your children will inherit. Technology, global capital flows, demographic shifts, and artificial intelligence are reshaping economies at an unprecedented pace. The question is not whether change will come. It will come. The question is, who will shape it? Fearless imagination means you do not accept today's limitations as permanent truths. It means you envision possibilities beyond current constraints. And then, with humility and tenacity, work toward them. Imagine a Ghana where young graduates do not wait only for employment, but create enterprises that scale beyond our borders. Imagine Ghana where technology built in Accra serves customers in Nairobi, London, and New York. Imagine Ghana where agriculture is powered by data and precision tools. Imagine Ghana where education reaches rural communities through digital infrastructure. Imagine Ghana where our creative industries export not just culture, but capital. Imagine Ghana where our institutions are strengthened by ethical leaders drawn from your generation. Imagine an Africa where value is created here, capital is retained here, and innovation originates here. That future is not abstract. It will be shaped by individuals who refuse to think small. Fearless imagination is not fantasy. It is disciplined vision. I remember when I was in, second year going to third year. In our days, we're doing 3-year degree programs. So level 300 to level 400. And I wanted a place to do internship. I went to then CDH, Consolidated Discount House. I went to Strategic Africa Securities. I went to Data Bank. I went to Network Computer Systems. I went to GoCo Securities Limited. They all turned me down, no space. I kept going. One time I went to GoCo Securities for the second time. And then they said, okay, our Kumasi office may have use of you. Would you like to go to Kumasi? I said, yes. So I went to Kumasi to do my internship at GoCo Securities for 2 months. For the most part, I was not paid. They sent me to buy food. The best job I did was to go to Bank of Ghana to do T-bill investments. But in the last 2 weeks, they began to teach me Microsoft Word and Excel. Now you don't understand. Back in the days, we were doing MS-DOS. The 5 1/4 floppy disk and the 3 1/2 floppy disk. 20 of us were behind one computer. So to have the privilege of sitting behind one laptop and they teaching me, when I came back to school, I felt really good. Now fast forward, when I finished Legon, I think a day before I finished, the gentleman I worked with at GoCo Securities had moved on to set up a new company. They came to campus and said, we would like to work with you. So I left Legon, went home, rested for 2 weeks, and I started working. And I've not stopped working since then. But it took me to persistently follow up till one day they said there is an opening at Boko Securities. Graduates, you stand at an inflection point. You are educated in a country with immense challenges. Yes, but also immense demographic and economic opportunity. Africa is the youngest continent in the world. That is not a statistic. It is a responsibility. Your degree is not merely a personal achievement. It is an asset entrusted to you to use it. Be humble enough to learn continuously. Be tenacious enough to persist relentlessly. Be imaginative enough to envision a better Ghana and courageous enough to build it. Your generation does not have the luxury of apathy. Too much is at stake. So go forward, not merely as graduates of the University of Ghana, but as architects of economic value, institutional strength, and national renewal. The future will not simply happen. You will have to shape it. Congratulations, and may you build wisely. Thank you all very much. May God bless you. Merci beaucoup, et que le bon Dieu vous bénisse.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yadom Boache, for your address. And I believe our graduates have taken so much nuggets from the speech that will help them in the next phase of their lives. I believe Mr. Boache Yadom deserves a big hand of applause. I will now introduce our valedictorian. And I'm looking through to find the face of our valedictorian. I believe he's somewhere. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is a tradition here in the University of Ghana that at congregation ceremony, one of the best graduating students delivers a valedictory message on behalf of the graduating class. Our valedictorian for this morning's ceremony is Mr. Jeremiah Kofi Ndemele. I am still looking for Mr. Ndemele. Where are you? Can you wait? You are there. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Ndemele is a proud alumnus of Opokwari School. I guess there are a number of Opokwari School members in the congregation among the graduates. So I think the noise is understandable. He studied general arts and electives in geography, elective maths, government, and economics. He was named overall best general arts student in both Form 1 and Form 2, and further demonstrated his exceptional ability by achieving an outstanding SAT score of 1,590 out of 1,600. So short of 10 out of 1,600. This is an excellent student. Let's clap for Mr. Ndemele. And with such high SAT score, Jeremiah wanted to further his studies outside the country. However, life had other plans. He pursued BSc in administration at the University of Ghana Business School, with his entire education made possible through the generous sponsorship of Kojo Jones Mensa Foundation. Today, Mr. Ndemele graduates with an outstanding final grade point average of 3.93. And he's done so in accounting, right? At the University of Ghana Business School. Alongside his degree, He excelled in the ACCA professional exams. His dedication yielded remarkable results, ranking first in Ghana and 21st in the world out of 8,392 candidates in financial management. This is an excellent student. He didn't stop there. He repeated his success in advanced financial management, again placing first in Ghana and 17th globally out of 11,371 candidates. Excellent student. Jeremiah is currently gaining invaluable professional experience through national service at KPMG. Looking ahead, he is eager to pursue further studies driven by a deep curiosity and a desire to continue learning and growing. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Ms. Andemile to deliver his speech on behalf of his cohorts.
Wow. Today is actually the real graduation, you know that, right? Representative of the Chancellor, members of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, the Pro-Vice Chancellors, Registrar, Provost of College of Humanities, the Chairman and members of the College of Humanities Advisory Board, Deans, Directors and Heads of Departments, members of Convocation, staffs and students, alumni and friends of the university, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and above all, my resilient and occasionally sleep-deprived colleagues of the class of 2025. Good morning. It is such a great honor and responsibility that I stand here today to deliver the valedictory speech on behalf of the Bachelor of Science in Administration, class of 2025. It all feels like a dream standing here today, being that young boy from Kitikrachi, standing in the Great Hall, to deliver the speech as a valedictorian. It is such a humbling moment for me and a timely reminder that anyone from anywhere can attain any height, and I give all glory to God. Some 4 years ago, most of us in this room gathered in JQB room 9 for our first lecture, Introduction to Public Administration. With expectant faces, many clueless, some scared. But today we are all grateful, hopeful, and excited for the future. For the University of Ghana Business School class of 2025, the undergraduate journey has not been easy. For most of us, getting our first C in business math to having to start our final year with what feels like a receipt exam for corporate reporting. We persisted and strived. Although our bellies turned with anxiety and our feet wobbled, we stood the test of time, thanks of course to our incredible lecturers and friends who supported us. The biggest lie we all heard in secondary school is that university is easy and that you don't have to revisit a course already studied. As valedictorian, I would like to clarify that, especially for our dear parents and guardians, university is very, very hard. And you have to so many times have to revisit a course already studied. And we gladly accept a few hundred CDs after the graduation. We faced exams that tested more than knowledge. They tested our resilience. We stumbled through failures that bruised our pride, the presentations that fell apart, the grade that didn't reflect our effort, the dream deferred because life demanded we pivot. There were moments when we questioned if we were enough, when tears fell silently in our hostel rooms or in quiet corners of the library, when loneliness crept in despite being surrounded by our friends. Yet, here we are, not because the path was easy, but because we refused to let the darkness win. We got up, we asked for help, we leaned on each other, and in those hardest hours, something beautiful happened. We discovered that vulnerability is not weakness. It is actually the birthplace of strength. For some context, some we studied and passed course in management accounts 1 and 2, business, finance, and so many difficult courses that only we graduates here can testify to. We experienced the uncertainty of not knowing what to eat so many times. For me, for example, we are familiar with the mid-exam intrusive thought where you question whether you really killed the paper or the paper killed you. But then, despite everything, every one of us here today, regardless of our class or GPA, has earned the right to be in this room. To the class of 2025, this great accomplishment should not be the end of the road. It either should be the starting point for the next leap forward, or it should be where you try to make things better for yourselves. I admonish you to go out there and make a difference. Proceed with integrity. Pursue multiple master's degrees and PhDs. Start new business and sustain old ones. Make a ton of money. Legally, I mean, not illegally. Meet the love of your life. Get married and make beautiful babies. This message is actually for all of us who chose not to be in relationships because we thought it would affect our grades. I believe if we all had a chance to do it again, most of us will actually, graduated our beloveds, right? Honestly, who did this single life actually help, to be honest? Just like with this undergraduate degree, the journey to succeeding in all of the above will be thorny and winding. It will require hard work, integrity, commitment, consistency, and persistence. To achieve these great things, in whatever you do, please do not give up. We should know that the life out there is not the same as finding the internal rate of return, reading the Solomon versus Solomon, finding 4p's or reading 4p's and 8p's, finding the integral or differentiation of an equation or so. And I know that we all can attest to this because we've all started our national service. But then, for us to survive the life out there, we would have to distinct ourselves by adding value and putting in the work. In the words of Nelson Mandela, it always seems impossible until it is done. We have done the impossible by being here today. Now let us go forth and do it again, but this time in bigger and bolder ways. The future isn't something that happens to us. It is something we shape with every choice, every act of kindness, every risk taken in the name of love and purpose. So as we toss our caps into the air, let them carry our hopes, our fears, our unbreakable spirit. Let the fears that fall today be the tears of joy, of release, of profound gratitude for this moment and for one another. Before I take my seat, I kindly plead with all graduates here to kindly be on their feet and give a hand of applause to all parents and guardians here today. For it is with their support and encouragement that is why we are all here today. Thank you very much. I am forever grateful to my family, especially my father, Mr. Vincent Ndemle, and the most supportive sister I could ever ask for, Miss Esther Ndemle. And to Lisa Brie of the First Love Church, God richly bless you for all you did for me. I will not be here without your constant love, prayers, encouragement, and support. I owe you everything. To Mr. Kojo Jones, Mensa of the KGM Foundation, I am glad you are part of my life. I appreciate you. God bless you. To my people into success, the study group I started with 4 other colleagues the first week in level 100, which has grown to a mini class of 50, Thank you all for being a part of my life. In my next life, I will still choose to do this with all of you again, over and over again. We will surely meet at the top. To the UGBS faculty, thank you for the knowledge, support, and advice. To our loving parents and guardians, thank you for everything. God bless you 1,000-fold. We'll continue to make you proud. Finally, to the entire university, thank you for making the University of Ghana what it is today. God bless you all. To the class of 2025, I want to remind you all that we survived. Though it may tarry, wait for it to surely come to pass. We won. We shall excel. I hope you have the time of your life. With God on our side, success is assured. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ndemele, for stirring up your own colleagues, your cohorts. And graduates, you agree with me that Jeremiah has really spoken for all of us and greatly inspired us, right? And I think because of your confirming what he has said, he deserves a big round of applause. Thank you. We are getting closer to the main reason why we are here, that is awards of degrees. But before that, we will have a short break of musical interlude to be performed by Ghana Dance Ensemble. I think they are already here. And I'm told that the music or the dance that they are going to do is called Pan Logo Dance, right? Pan Logo dance. Pan Logo is a dance form in the 1960s born with Ghana's independence. It is believed that the basic movements of the dance were derived from leisure dances of a group of Liberian fishermen staying in a section of Jamestown, Accra, known as Crew Town. And I believe that having finished all your academic work, trained, and now being released into the world, you are being encouraged to impact your communities positively and develop Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, Pan Logo dance. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ghana Dance Ensemble. It is now time for the award of degrees, and I have few instructions for our graduates. As earlier mentioned, this is a formal ceremony, and we do not expect our graduates to be moving in and out of the auditorium. And I want to stress, for those who receive your handshake and medals earlier, or will receive it earlier, you need to also sit through the program to allow your colleagues at the back to also receive theirs before we all depart from this auditorium. I guess that is fair, right? Okay, so you are seated in the order in which you will be called. You will stand to be presented by the dean of your school, and when your degrees are conferred by the representative of the chancellor, he will say to you, Anyako, and you will respond, Yae. You will then take your seats for the roll call. And when you are called, you are to walk up to the platform to be acknowledged. Note that only first-class graduates will receive medallions and handshake from the platform party. Protocol demands that gentlemen will take off their cap when they come to the podium and take a slight bow. Ladies will keep their caps on and curtsy. Kindly follow the instructions of the ushers as I've earlier said. I will now call on the Dean of the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Ernest Chineboa-Kodia, to present Bachelor of Science in Administration graduates. So Dean, you are student. Bachelor of Science in Administration, please stand.
Member of Council, representing the Chancellor, I, Professor Ernest Chineboa-Kodia, Dean of the University of Ghana Business School, present to you Bachelor of Science in Administration students who, having followed the approved course of study over the stipulated period and passed the required examinations, have thereby become eligible for the academic awards to which their studies entitled them. I pray for conferment of the awards due them.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. You have worked hard, you have faced all the challenges, and now it's time to have your independence. But before I do so, let me remind you of something that College Registrar just said. My last sentence will be to give you Ayuko. And if you don't respond well, I'll keep it. Dean of the University of Ghana Business School, by the authority vested in the Chancellor of the University of Ghana, I, Dr. Abdul Karim Hatu, acting on behalf of the Chancellor, hereby pronounce the students presented and duly graduated. It is said that Ganshikpon Namamanoni, Gamanoni, for that reason, I say to you all, the Bachelor of Science and Administration students, that Ainyoko.
Kindly resume your seats. Bachelor of Science in Administration, First Class Honors, Ebenezer Abankwa, Raymond Abayete, Madia Abdallah, Janet Aben, Shelley Akosia Abuaje, Kelvin Kofi Abrefa Achampong, Erica Ago Aqua, Nanaya Abuedua Ado, Owen Eje Ado, Wilfred Mills Eje, Benita Efwa Senu Adom, Veridas Ni Adom, Nana Kofi Edudakon, Lawson Louise Ajayao, Joshua Afari, Ewanam Yaira Afeti, James Efriye, Makafui Ajo Agbanyogo. Nehemiah Kofi Agbeti, Etonam Emmanuela Ajo Agbeto, Joshua Agojo, Kelvin Agode, Alfred Ahiamazi, Anastasia Awempok Akubori, Rukaya Alidu, Perpetua Alo Anan, Lakia Ameni Ampon, Hannah Sefako Amega, Samuel Labi Emisa, Demi Dede Amwakwao, Victoria Boadua Amokwando, Philip Ampofunimo, Richarda Enima Amponsa, Esther Amasewa Enimboatin, Aziz Abdul Ankara, Jenison Nanakwame Apia, Cassandra Ya Asantua Efriye Asanti, Sandra Ya Asantua Efriye Asanti, Clifford Ejekum Asanti, Christabel Jacobina Koko Ashrifi, Maunyefia Awudi, Martin Apia Befi, Rachel Beryl Ifua Bafu, Peggy Bangonia, Rachel Ya Bani, Clifford Bafo, Adobia Dijo Efia Bako, Solomon Bilidam, Rudolph Buedi, Chris Oheneboachi, Mami Efua Brago Boating, Idora Dokas Na Clole Clote, Eileen Ellen Irajua Coleman, Michelle Dazimensa, Maxwell Kwesida Wuni, Theophilus Debbie, David Koko Etonam Do, Deborah Eram Dushi, Theophilia Edufo, Sabina Frempong, Jeremiah Glover, Philip Yindo Mangan, Clenam Edwin Jimabi, Gilbert Hene, Sadat Isifu, Yvonne Hani Kazim, Yvette Hani Kazim, Vanessa Oforiwa Kennedy. Kelom Kezia Aku Kenny, Isaac Kofi Kisi, Clement Kabute Korantin, Beneseram Ajo Kuki, Philemon Sefa Kokumade, Ebenezer Kemu, George Atapeni Nkofi, Jessica Koko Yalabi, Chelsea Nadulati, Ima Grace Ni Otulati, Emmanuel Lati, Esther Arthur McLean, Harriet Naki Mensa, Abigail Ama Mensa, Theophilus Mensa, Shadrach Nyako Mensa, Patience Kakra Nati, Jeremiah Kofi Indemele, Kofi Annan Nelson, Patience De Lamle Nikoi, Emanuela Ajua Nikonu, Ablama Maria Peo Norte, Rosalind Annabella Norte, Irene Inti Ej, Stella Noete, Lotina Inuabi, Mabel Koko Nyamede, Gifty Nyanoto, Theophilus Okansi, Elizabeth Odamilati, Christian Yakun Ofori, Audrey Ofori, Daniel Oforiata, Gabriel Ayesu Yao Jr. Ofusuhini, Dora Sechiwa Ochre, Benedicta Abenachirewa Ochre Teria, Beryl Boatima Osei, Emmanuel Lovinson Otiwa, Lois Kwansa, Jonathan Nina Isoa, Abdul Majid Sufiano, David Boachetin Crine, Emmanuel Tete, Might Wandu, Elikem Ameto Vifa, Kekeli Kwame Maolom Wagba, Eric Kofi Wowi, Larry Ezwa Yankee, Kwabena Buedi Yeboa, Kweku Odichum Yeboa, Bright Yeboa, Pascaline Ofebia Yeboa, Regina Ya Nyakoa Yeboa, and Eunice Abena Krantima Yeboa Amponsa. Bachelor of Science in Administration, Second Class Honors, Upper Division, Sylvester Efriye Abankwa, Amanda Leoluna Aban, Manasseh Shamo Abeko, Claudia Abedi Abakwe, Sawa Suhini Abdallah, Kawusa Abdallah, Jesse Efriye, Rosetta Suli Ablo, Josephina Adukwe Abrahams, Dinah Deladem Abroni, Amira Abubakari, Edith Opoku Achampon, Vera Ochrewa Akwa, Neiram Ama Adade, Belhad Adam, Fuzan Wumbe Adam, Fahad Mampaya Adam, Adraina Ofe Adams. Andrews Adai, Rosalinda Nadu Adiko, Jacob Ado, Seth Ado, Tremantin Ado Abebio, Elom Abla Adahe, Isaac Morgan Adai, Priscilla Ajoko Ej, Ernest Ej, Emmanuel Kobina Ej, Ken Worthy Efriye Ej, Sarah Ej Tutu, Vanessa Inshira Ejeba, Grace Achwe Ajete, Genevieve Na Achwe Mensa Ajete, Paula Sefako Adra, Stephen Ama Edu, Emily Benson Edu, Nana Ahema Afo, Edmond Yameche Afo, Eunice Sewa Efriye Efum, Francisca Afrenyon, Phyllis Na Afole Afote, Michael Afrane, Annabelle Akosuya Efriye.
Second class honors, upper division continues. Justina Osai Afuru, Dorothy Yadinam Agbavon, Emma Akosia Agbeti, Makafui Akpene Dohui Agbeven, Rafaela Agbi, Christian Agbon, Gifty Nyamiche Agboka, Simon Agboibo, Reginald Elom Agon, Richmond Agogo, Eunice Ejewa Ejapon, Alice Asempa Ejapon, Egbert Opari Ej Bonsra, Prince Ej Osei Tutu, Erica Boatima Ajekum, Benedicta Asari Bediakun Ajeman, Kelvin Nyamiche Ajeman, Belinda Ajeman, Ja Bidu Ajeman, Felicia Fobi Ajeman, Alexander Duku Ajeman, Bernice Ayebia Ajeman, Ophelia Ajeman, Gabriel Kwame Ajeman, Valerie Ajeman Prempe, Wisdom Aholu, Elvis Ahoton, Phoebe Delali Akaga, Michael Akpalu, Aseye Afi Akplu, Efwa Ampomia Akufojeche, Trifina Alzuma, Taibatu Amadu, Joseph Amana, Samuel Texan Amani, Elikem Amegaji, Jonathan Ametowabla, Divine Amevo, Pel Casta Serum Amewovi, Asantua Korabia Ameya Bronya, Portia Emisa, Jessica Nana Ama Amoa, Isaac Dominion Jr. Amoakun, Kelvin Ewusi Amoakun, Christabel Amonu, Seth Amokwando, Pearl Aduma Ampedu, Julius Ampem, Edward Ampofo, David Echa Ampofo, Gideon Ampo, Fales Kwabna Febri Amponsa, Umar Farouk Mohammed Anagli, Andrew Allen Ni Anan Tete, Kafui Anani, Lawrence Nyako Aninkra, Candace Ankra, Richard Ni Ankra, Mary Anan, Elvis Oko Anan, Efia Asantiwa Ano, David Anson Ansa, Ephraim Kwame Ansa, Ibrahim Ansa, George Otu Ansai, Margaret Kumiwa entry, Alex Boateng entry, Josephine Kanga in Wabo, Kennedy Enyam, Dana Apadiobe, Joshua Nana Kwame Apenten, Rejoice Asantewa appear, Jehoshaphat Noble appear, Manasseh appear, Prince Kwesi Apiasa, Favor Yao Aremu, Mohammed Hamza Ahen, Ethel Kukwa Arthur, Evans Ej Arthur, Mary Arthur, Amenveve Ayen, Daniel Asamani, Letitia Asamwa Tobian, Stephen Asante, Prince Asante, Elias Asante, Felicity Asante, Kingsford Titi Asante, Joyce Asari Bediakum, Collins Ashiati, Abraham Ni Ama Ashiti, Rejoice Isiama, Daniel Obing Esiedu, Michael Esiedu Menu, Jeffrey Joseph Adeyemi Asavado, Peter Paul Atanga, Mali Atikese, Edith Amefa Atachi, Richard Ahene Ato, Lavia Kim Austin, Elsie Tracy Sugri, Jerry Henry Bafo Ewa, Daniel Nyamiye Ewa, John Akufo Awukum, Alvin Joseph Aiku, Jane Aiku Okansi, Carl Ofwe Aisa, Salinam Yom Ayonu, Eunice Febriba, Maxwell Sapomba, Samuel Kwabna Baden, Lois Irabna Baden, Mami Efwa and Shirabronya Baidu, Audrey Akwele Baka, Prince Bakiwe, Sham Sudin Bandele, Celestina Banaman, Gideon Bapura, Abdul Bashid, Bismarck Bachinake, Honest Clenam Gad Bedra, Nancy Aram Akoswa Biga, Lauren Mary Bimpe, Erica Sachofia Elom Mabna Blankson, Godwin Nana Opong Bwedi, Esther Agnes Bwedi, Akosa Nyaku Bwedu, Grace Boache, Dennis Boache, Kisiwa Nana Ya Boateng, Bernice Nicolina Boateng, Felix Aite Boateng, Norbert Akonu Boyson, Eric Bonny, John Bonzi Bonny, Papa Ahem Bonny, David Nibote, Dorcas Bosumtree, Valerie McCaffrey Botry, Godfred Botry, Pauli Roman Banking, Ethel Ama Braco Apia, Prince Kwabna Bwedu, Likely Ma Abigail Chemsa, Laurentia Clotty, Karen Capuch Clothready, Sydney Ni Amakujo, Vivian Komioko Kofi, Esther Kujo, Derek Dabi,
Second class honors, upper division continues. Calvin Kobe Dake, Lisa Esi Anum Damson, Manakwia Emina Daunte, Cynthia Mawenam Denyon, Brimpon Derrick, Doris Afi Doe, Felicia Elom Doe, Confidence Dokle, Michael Mengel Ni Yamu Doku, Alfred Watin Dompre, Daniel Donko, Rachel Frimpoma Donko, Ethel Donko, Rashida Donko, Kelvin Tete Dodo, Esther Eliklim Donyo, Mawena Abna Dosua, Magdalena Naki Douna, Prince Duya, Victoria Efia Jamana, Martina Ajo Pearl Jato, Theodora Ewenam Jijo, Kenneth Junior Edofo, Stephen Yao Ejiri, Rebecca Yaira Ekpa, Papa Kojo Akwa Eligba, Elliot Kwesi Penyin Ellis, Theophilus Abeka Eskin, Lois Kukua Eshon, Lawrence Tewia Favor, Theodicta Foley, Edmond Kofi Fojo, Enoch Kwame Forsen, Collins Frimpon, Jonathan Frimpon, Desmond Ose Frimpon, Ajiman Kweku Frimpon, Eunice Kechre Frimpon, Petra Ajwa Fuga, Ronald Achukwame Goku, Eric Basso, Jessica Esi Gati, Rodalina Aku Makafui Glate, Edward Edem Glaga, Jacob Kwashi Gomashi, Elizabeth Jemfi, Simon Jankpara, Ajwa Sefa Jesuwa Ajiman, Jessica Nyamiadum Ofosua Jima, Teresa Mami Efwa Sapowa Hagan, Roberta Nade Hammond, Christiana Hudanu, Odum Ibrahim, Fedaus Idrisu, Josephine Japa, Cletus Karipori, Benjamin Kwanadu, Arnold Konaba, Joycelyn Sama Kuto, Lois Akoko Korti, Caroline Korti, Solomon Avle Pata, Rubin Inshira Podo, Senam Kudawu, Abigail Jijonyo Kudoto, Frederica Kusi, Juliana Nafele Kwadama, Jacqueline Kudajo, Enoch Akwesi Kwache, Ernest Trem, Michael Odate Lamte, Samuel Miles McAtram, Love Darling Na Yale Macready, Benedicta Equia Mango, Abdul Hakim Maltiti Mahmoud, Fidele Mashahudu, Charlene Nyonto Mausi, Foster Mbra, David Awole Mensah, Rhoda Mensah, James Gazo Mensah, Thomas Kwajo Mensah, Johnson Ranche Mensah, Tracy Mensah Yabua, Lois Nanajwa Mensiwa, Obed Na Metal, Olivia Awula Dede Metal, Maureen Kekeli Maliba, Benjamin Minta, Felix Wedi Misa, Habiba Muhammad Zani, Edward Amano Moni, Leslie Ni Note Morton, Kadri Mustafa, Phoebe Mamle Nati, Charlotte Bakoy Niwang, Prosper Posteri Kote Nikwe, El Shaddai Nelson, Daniel Mfojo, Bismarck Owusu Nkansa, Mami Shira Efia Ewuzi Chei, Ama Efriye Intim, Ramatu Nuruddin, Elikem Esi Nyonajo, Ishmael Kofi Ano Nyako, Michael Esiedu Nyako, Blessing Ya Nyakwa, Samira Tuna Ayele Oble, Emmanuel Oboji, Nana Esi Ampoma Okran, Ken David Ni Layi Odai, Alex Opoku Odami, Dion Nana Abna Odami, Samuel Kwabna Odai, Joseph Akwete Odampra, Benjamin Odum, Marilyn Odum, Peter De Kwesi Ofe, Antoinette Ofe, Shadrach Kofi Ofori, Michael Kojo Ofori, Boatin Senior Ofori, Matthew Eko Ogachi, Yasmin Na Okaile Okai, Prince Richard Corantin Okranipa, Stephen Sumwa Ochri, Johnson Ochri, Augustina Ochri, Patrick Nyama Opoku, Selina Opoku, Simon Opon, Daniela Opon, Isaac Victor Opon, Beatrice Chumwa Oko, William Into Buahin Osai, Richard Buahin Osafo, Kezia Sapoma Akusia Osei, Lordina Osei Boma, Maiza Osei Kusi, Rosalind Osei Tutu, Emanuela Asari Osei Edusa, Nana Buajiben Osei Frempong, Kingsley Amanote Otipeseku, Ernest Owusu, Mashud Owusu, Enoch Nana Kwame Mafu Owusu, Elijah Yabua Owusu, Eugene Jemfi Owusu, Evans Owusu, Naki Owusu Ansa, Angela Sapon Owusua, Isaac Kwame Pamford, Nancy Adai Pepra, Mary Odum Kwansa, Rosalinda Apia Kwansa, Patrick Kwansa, Nancy Moenaki Kwashi, Joseph Kwashiga, Opon Richard, Nanako Jan Saki, Lazarus Roland Ni Saki, Emanuela Ami Sedaya, Chelsea Boatin Saka, Abigail Sam, Hoshia Sam, Amos Sam, Laura Ejewa Sapon, Alfred Sapa, Kwabena Nana Odro Safo, Richard Ose Safo, Mamiya Sapoma Goldwater, Belinda Dakua Sapon, Emmanuel Ohene Sasu, David Kweku Boatin Sefa, Abigail Fafali Segla, Japhet Yao Saki, Deborah Jijo Shama, Albert Adom Smuddles, Mohammed Abu Rauf Sorogo, Mary Akwele Soa, Ebenezer Tego, Elisha Kwabena Techi, Priscilla Ameya Tano, Enoch Teya, Maxwell Sena Tegbe Ameti Fe, Isaac Tete, Godfred Tete, Emmanuel Tete, Obed Henry Tei, Desmond Thekpanu Tei, Hannah Naki Tei, Mary Marcelina Fafali Tosu, Theophilus Walali Cheye, Mercy Chumedu, Barnabas Vo Bomi, Blessings Watson, Raphael Williams, Felix Wede, Collins Wolanyo, Danita Akosia Damati Yabua, Nana Ama Kumiwa Yabua, Adama Feliza Yusuf, Albert Dogbeda Kweku Zumanu.
Bachelor of Science in Administration, second class honors, lower division. Joseph Abebio, Mawena Equia Abada, Delwyn Abariga, Cleopatra Aban, Na Anele Abe, Rosemary Ka Abe, Bright Anete Abe, Zakiatu Abdallah, Zubaida Abdul Karim, Usman Abdul Karim, Abdul Rahim Abdul Mumin, Abdul Hamid Abdul Rauf, Isahu Abdul Wahab, Dasheni Abdul Latif, Andrews Ampabin Abeka, Samuel Oliver Abuaje Kranting, Enoch Abota, Emmanuel Abrokwa, Shaibu Abubakar, Yusuf Abubakari, Rose Achampong, Roy Nana Achampong, Joanna Aka, Gabriela Akom, Gabriel Techi Aqua, Bright Kwabena Ochre Aqua, Linda Adama, Maclean Sally Adeti, Emmanuel Edu Adai, Samuel Kwesi Adai, Christabel Adai, Aram Ade Boache, Augustine Esiedu Ado, Dorcas Oye Ado, Eugene Ni Ado Adokwe, Kelvin Ni Adi, William Curtis Adepa, Jennifer Ejay, Mary Ejay, Isaac Ejay, Elizabeth Ejay, Raphael Ejay, Clarita Ajoko Ajete, Jacob Adolfo, Eugene Kojo Adoma, Laurentia Dede Adonku, Rebecca Adobo, Pamela Edu, Andam Fifi Edumata, Priscilla Educhumwa, Mary Afo, Felix Kwame Afo, Richmond Ni Otu Afote, Rachel Na Momo Afote, Beatrice Boatima Efriye, Kofi Efriye, Michael Agama, Doris Yaira Agbemeva, Gideon Elikem Agbenyaga, Caleb Eli Agbenyon, Emmanuela Selasi Agbo, Selina Agri Sewa, Joseph Agunu Bequin, Samuel Kofi Ejapon, Prince Dakon Ejay, Karen Ejekum, Atadia Ajemai, Emmanuel Dramena Ajemai. Emmanuel Nana Ajemai, Madeleine Echa Ajemai, Abigail Ajemai, Nana Boatin Ajemai, Bernard Aqua Ejiri, Allen Kwabena Ahaji, Vatis Kwesi Ahedo, Joycelyn Aku Ahave, Anita Mawina Ali, Mohammed Ahmed, Venuye Aku Agodopo, Daniel Asanti Edu, Kwabena Ewusi Edu, Elizabeth Mawusi Akapo, Princess Diana Akola, Frederica Delali Akpo, Joseph Akwafo Ekufo, Mohammed Al Suman, Abdul Malik Al Hassan, Muhibatu Larry Al Hassan, Rebecca Nyaba Ali, Uzeifa Abdul Jael Alolo, Tabitha Holali Amaglo, Philomena Amankwa, Ebenezer Ameniampon. Emmanuel Osei Amankwa, Laurentia Amankwa, Richard Kofi Amekuji, Ruth Amewoku, Latifa Aminu, Emmanuel Amoa, Charity Abna Emisa Amoa, Christian Amoa Mensa, Cecilia Amoatin, Bridget Sewa Amofa, Bright Ousu Amofa, Benache Amo, Benedicta Amo, Gloria Amo, Harriet Amoyao, Isaac Sonny Ampedu, Benedicta Yeboa Ampa, Rosemary Equia Amuzu, Seriam Abla Anaglate, Annabel Anane, Davis Soa Anan, Philip Andolfo, Benedict Jr. Ani Awuku, Emmanuela Obenwa Enim, Augustus Kwabena Enim. Abigail Adobia Enim, Benedicta Abla Enim, Matthew Kofi Enimkura, Deborah Opoku Eninwa, Bernard Esiedu Ankoma, Adom Akwesi Anochi Infum, Janice Ansa, Kelvin Sena Anthony, Abraham Antobam, Joel Apentin Entry, Mercy Akwele Entry, Sewa Entry, Vanessa Jemfua Entry, Hannah Oforiwa Entry, Caleb Entry, Kofi Wadie Entry, Bright Ashite Apekon, Comfort Bekon Apia, Ernestina Konyo Apia, Hegamate Aden, Juliet Ama, Benis Arthur, Barbara Ayikwe, Emmanuel Asafweje, Benis Kwame Asamoah. Dennis Asante, Emmanuel Yameche Asante, Ebenezer Mreku Asante, Kweku Diko Asante, Ellen Asante, Genevieve Nanama Asante, Rufina Krobia Asante, Edwina Asare, Peter Asare, Priscilla Asare, Daniel Asare, Hannah Asare, Joel Ashiate, Benjamin Lati Ashon, Sandra Makafui Asiadze, Spencer Esiedu, Samuel Ajeman Esiedu, Macalester Boatima Esiedu, Naomi Ahemfua Asampon, Alfred Asan, Samuel Che Atapoku, Pauline Atayakwa, Joshua Chinaye Augustine, Ajagbeto Sadami Austin, Yvette Kekeli Awin Bote Avoka.
Second class lower division. Najat Awia, Josephine Awinini, Mubarak Awudu, Vitus Achingwara Ayalazunu, Maxwell Inso Ayini, Kenneth Deladem Azasu, Claudia Azanka, Sylvester Gaston Bada, Ebenezer Delali Badasu, Samuel Bafo, George Beidu, Abdullahi Deborah Banahene, Eliezer Kwabla Sefaji Banini, Elinam Makafui Bansen, Simon Barnes, Samuel Barnes, Raphael John Batplanch, Fidelia Faidip Bawa, Inshira Ampama Bequin, Juanita Nanaya Bentil, Ernestincia Beko, Nehemiah Kweku Burton, Ishmael Yaviel Beyu, Jeff Joe Bilson, Aaron Anochi Boedi, Emmanuel Opon Boedi, Esla Ameniwa Boedu, Constance Boafo, Frederica Mamiwuswa Boafo,
Emmanuel Adom Boafo, Nathaniel Boafo Obeng, Jessica Asabwa Boachi, Emilia Stacy Boachi, Manasi Kofi Boachi Dua, Emanuela Judith Boama, Charles Ofosu Boateng, Prince Odiko Boateng, Nanaya Boateng, Samuel Boateng, Ernest Boateng, Jessica Boateng, Edward Boateng, Kwabna Frempom Boateng, Erica Obapa Boateng, Benedicta Biama Boateng, Owusu Efriye Boateng, Alex Seto Boko, Andy Bonnie, Abna Nyaku Bonsu, Desmond Kojo Boche, Isaac Niai Boy, Christabel Bracey, Mark Kojo Brown, Daniel Bueno, Michelle Inshira Butler, Terry David Kofi, Emanuela Kosa, Micah Kujo, Laurentia Esinam Kujo, Ebenezer Daze, Christabel Osei Dankwa, Evans Charles Dafoe, Kelvin Nanaya Kwame Dakon, Agnes Esiedu Dakon, Reginald Kafui Daukbo, Alfred Mensa Fifi Dihie, Samuel Milne Dikoski, Josephine Demidi, Peter Simons Dimpo, Zipporah Adobia Jano, Rebecca Achwedodu, Latibia Ado Donko, Priscilla Donko, Jeremiah Tay Donu, Amanda Safu Diodu, Erajwa Asantewa Jumo, Nathan Yao Jansi, Mervyn Kwesi Jide, Benedict Mawulom Jopogu, Margaret Ya Jogbo, Emanuela Young Dreki, Loretta Aku Jube, Joyce Ajo Ebelin, Diana Ejido, Alexander Kabina Egoti, Sheila Mamle Engman, Kingsley Eshan, Solomon Iseku, Christabel Abna Esilfi, Elizabeth Esuman, Godfred Apia Eya, Mona Lisa Ohenewa Ezikpe, Jijo John Fiashide, Kevin Yao Elom Foli, Derek Forson, Patricia Fosua, Cyril Sydney France, Stephanie Frempong, Princess Sewa Frempong, Gideon Yao Frempong, Emmanuel Frempong, Claudia Obusu Frempong, Naomi Kunedu Finn, Laodicia Gazy, Kennedy Kekeli Gamo, Mohammed Mudassir Kanyiti Gausu Jr., Robert Yumandan Gengong, Isaiah Gomesi, Wilmot Jemfi, Ernest Okra Jemfi, Lily Violet Harrison, Benjamin Kojo Harrison, Michael Hineku, Hawa Hussein Yusuf, Malik Ibrahim, Nicola Kanyiti Idi, Ajwa Aidan, Maxwell Inkum, Aishetu Ismail, Francis Ekol Bonzi Jacobs, Nadia Maftau Jaula, Kausa Jibril, Isaka Kasim, Guno Call, Stephanie Enima Kisi, Chantel Mateko Kofi, Stephen Bafal Kunyip, Latifa Queen Cora, Michelle Crantain, Yvonne Dede Kolete, Adam Bodo, Prince Kwabuna Kufuor, Ayman Kumi, Priscilla Nana Ama Kwanchoa Kwache, Bright Asiedu Kwache, John Kwao, Emmanuel Odro Kwating, Elizabeth Chebafo, Grace Frimpoma Tramating, Gad Ni Odate Lamte, Isaac Parkwesi Labi, Andy Ewuku Labi, Rodina Labi, Prince Mensa Lasse, Cindy Latte, Augustina Laje Latte, Andrews Ni Lai, Umar Farouk Limuna, Francis Ni Adote Lomote, Macbeth Jojo Mens, Deborah Mensa, Alvin Ni Tete Mensa, Mavis Ama Mensa, Felix Odai Mensa, David Mensa, Cyril Kofi Eleje Mensa, Rebecca Jigbodi Mensa, Christabel Mensa, Kweku Bosompim Mensa Onuma, Mauli Metu, Frances Regina Milhatan, Richard Kwame Modom, Tahil Ahmed Zunyo Muhaidin, Habibullah Mohammed, Anatu Mohammed, Zainabu Mohammed, Abdul Wadudu Mumuni, Mesa Aramo Musa, Kingsley Nana Osei Nami, Edwin Nate Na, Emanuela Nate, Nadia Oye Nawote, Daniel Nikwe, Samuel Frimpong Nimakon, Ezekiel Inchi, Na Shome Esther Norte, Nidal Noshi, Kennedy Abeka Nso, Bridget Nilimocha Ntawan, Joseph Nsibi Intefuni, Yvonne Asamoah Intim, Mabel Intin, Igala Saba Nuzo, Dennis Nana Kweku Nutako, Pearl Nuchupo, Solomon Nyaba, Joyce Amwama Nyamiche, Mariam Nyako, Linda Obeng, Maame Nyakwa Denchi Odai, Clement Nida Kon Odai, Michael Odum, Angela Na Komle Odum, David Odro, Andrew Frempong Ofori, Roslyn Asantewa Ofori, Eunice Boatma Ofosu, James Ofosu Apia.
Second class hardest, lower division. Daisy Mami Fuate Chua Ogum, Stanley Ni Abe Okai, Michelle Nana Fosua Okai, Perry Okuno, Lisbeth Noko Omabo, Maureen Onovo, Winifred Equia Opare, Lovina Opare, Emmanuel Opoku, Mary Kwanchi Opoku, Emmanuel Opon, Benjamin Opon, Yao Ajiman Opon, Prince Kofi Osei, Sylvester Elchi Osei, Daniel Osei, Amanda Osei, Colin Osei Wusu, Sakina Osman, Buhari Muhammad Osman, Sheila Ejeriba Ocheri, William Abua Ocheri, Nobo Emmanuel Ni Ade Otu, Vic Deborah Nako Otum, Georgina Pokua Otuo, Abuajiwa Ejakun Nanaya Owusu, Samuel Owusu, Collins Owusu, Jacob Owusu, Dixon Owusu, Kelvin Ejay Owusu, Pat Mont Frimpon Owusu, Sarah Owusu, Obed Owusu, Chelsea Frimpon Owusu, Clifford Owusu Ansa, Joel Owusu Yeboah, Phyllis Owusua, Belinda Paddy, Vanessa Ya Pardon, Samuel Nkense Pari, Lady Margaret Penny, Ransford Boaten Pipim, Papa Saibowi Planch Kujo, David Bain Fopoku, Nana Akwesi Prempe, Christian Kweno, Rose Bella Quarty, Joshua Ochre Kotson, Laurentia Tetekwe, Naomi Remy, Said Raji, Ayayi Kwesi Mensa Ribeiro, Lovely Sahini, Taiba Bingle Sani, Adjoa Safua, Janaba Amanda Sakara, Naomi Sam, Tabitha Sam, Rosemont Aweg Lee Sam, Benjamin Kweku Sam, Andre Kofi Samafo, Gifty Nana Ekuyasewa Safo, Shadrach Safo, Emmanuel Sarkodie, Charles Sapon, Joaben Sewa Sapon, Constance Amwaben Sapon, Christiana Sechi, Michael George Jane Fise, Jessica Siao, Abdul Hafiz Siba, Rita Ejewase Jerry, Godfred Samoa, Delis Stevens, Nefisatu Asibi Swalihu, Ramatu Tahiru Suleiman, Mohammed Mustafa Suleimana, Aminatu Suleimana, Ni Amatego, Septewu Tajuddin, Erika Teya, Agbemo Dennis Kwamite, Lucas Tefuto, Ellen Teraku, Godwin Tete Angotete, Ernest Kofi Tete, Frank Lano Tete, Mami Esi Insura Tete, Laurentia Kokoi Tete, Alpha Kwablan Tete, Labi Theophilus, Nelsina Asibi Tizo, Theodora Ajo Tojuro, Oliver Raymonda, Samuel Oponiredu, Bridget Oseiredu, Aishetu Yakubu, Ishmael Kwabinayaru, Joycelyn Efwa Shireba Yolson, Rachel Teria Yolson, Flora Akra Yebua, Portia Emefa Yebua, Felicia Yebua, Emanuela Nkuma Yebua, Joel Elikplim Yekple, Edmond Yesuakun, Jeremy Jacob Mante Yezu, Curtis Neiram Yomewu, Elliot Daniel Ziga, Gordon Bedu Ejekum, Abdul Halik Suglo Bashiru, Josephine Esenam Boko, Samuel Yao Donko, Abeiku Shaka Foster, Wensam Axel Livio Ilbudu, David Kweku Ochre, Joyce Sam, Salifu Yakubu, Emmanuel Enchi Yebua, and Mansura Mohammed Zakari. Master of Science in Administration, PAS, Nalo Hondrijebu. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dean, University of Ghana Business School, and administrators who help us with the roll call. Our dear fresh graduates, hearty congratulations. Did you hear me? Hearty congratulations. Thank you too. So we are indeed proud of you, and you have now earned the recognition of being referred to as graduates, right? So, being a graduate, anytime you wear an academic gown like you are wearing, you have to place your tassel to the left of your cap. So can you take a moment, rise up, take a moment and align your tassel, this one, to the left side of the cap. Kindly do it for yourself and check your neighbor has also done the same. It is important you do it right and also get the hood right at the back. Okay, so align it also properly, resting right on your back. So you don't have it on the left side or shifted on the right side of your shoulders. It should be right on your back, your tassels on your left, so that when you go out to take pictures, these pictures will indeed be memorable pictures, right? You don't take the picture and tomorrow you look at it as, what picture is this? So congratulations once again, and you can resume your seat, please. Thank you so much. Having been recognized as graduates, there is a second thing that we've also been recognized for. You've now become alumni of the University of Ghana. And as our proud alumni, you have become our international ambassadors. You know what it means to be an ambassador of an institution like ours, right? We expect you to translate the knowledge that you have gained at this institution to benefit humanity. And we pray that you will be our institution's most loyal ambassadors, as I said. So, for College of Humanities, your college, we are doing as much as we can to shore up our endowment fund that we have set up. And we need you to go out there and come back and support the building up of the endowment fund. As alumni, wherever you find yourself working in a government establishment, in an international organization, one of these blue chip companies, your own self-employed business, come back and put something in the endowment fund so that we can help your children when they come to this university. I hope you all do this, right? Thank you very much. So, on this note, we are approaching the end of this morning congregation ceremony, and shortly, the representative of the Chancellor will be invited to dissolve congregation, after which the Director of Public Affairs, Dr. Elizia Amiyabronya, will take over proceedings. At this juncture, I will now respectfully invite the representative of the Chancellor, Dr. Karim Hachu, to deliver his closing remarks and officially dissolve congregation. Thank you very much.
Members of the University Council, Madam Vice Chancellor, and other officers of the university, our guest speaker, members of convocation, staff and students, alumni, new graduates, guests, our distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Whatever has a beginning certainly has an end. We have been sitting for some hours now. I think we have played your parts. May God bless whatever has brought us here for all of us. As we end this ceremony, I would like to salute all those who have worked hard to ensure a successful event that we've just had. Particularly those who played various roles in the planning and organization of today's event, which is about to end. as well as the 16 other congregation ceremonies that are taking place this week. To the fresh graduates and now alumni of the great University of Ghana, you have worked so hard over the periods that you have been students at this university, and you deserve all the laurels that you have acquired. I congratulate you all on your achievements and urge you to be very worthy ambassadors of your alma mater, as you were told a few minutes ago. May the education and skills you have acquired at this university guide and inspire your path, and may your journey be defined by nothing except success, fulfillment, a meaningful and lasting impact on the world. I wish you success in all your future endeavors, and do be guided by the university's core values of integrity, commitment, respect, and loyalty wherever you may find yourself. Congratulations to all of you once again. Go out there into the world with pride, with purpose, and knowledge that you are well prepared to make the difference. The difference that Mother Ghana needs. The difference that Africa needs. The difference that the world needs. To our guest speaker for today, Mr. Joseph Boachi Yadom, we appreciate your presence and participation in the ceremony, and your kind words to our fresh graduates. Before I take my seat though, may I request that the valedictorian get in touch with our guest speaker, get his speech, share with your colleagues. You never know. Maybe one sentence in that speech will change somebody's life. So get in touch with him. On this note, I thank you all for joining us for this ceremony. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasant duty to declare this congregation ceremony officially dissolved. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chancellor's representative, Dr. Hachu. Let's give him another round of applause. Our freshers, graduates, and alumni, congratulations to you once more. We are very, very proud of you, and we expect you to go out there and shine. Once you've passed through the University of Ghana, failure is not part of your DNA. We know you will be successful and you will shine. So we expect you to work hard, brighten the corner in which you find yourself, and shine. And when you shine, share your success stories with us, and we will celebrate you very well on all our media platforms. Once more, congratulations to you. I would like to take a couple of announcements before we file out of here. After the university anthem, the platform party will recess, followed by the members of convocation, and graduates will follow us row by row, and they will converge at the Vice Chancellor's court, where we have the bust of our former Vice Chancellors for group photographs. The valedictorian is invited to join us on the front row for the group photographs. And after the group photographs, the members of convocation and platform party will retire to the Vice Chancellor's lodge, and we invite the valedictorian together with his two guests to join us at the Vice Chancellor's lodge. We are happy to tell you that we have accredited and commercial photographers. We have accredited some photographers, and we've stationed them at particular places on campus. So we have some at the AZ quadrangle. It's very close to where we are now. You see some canopies mounted between the cash office and the internal audit directorate buildings when you step out of here. We have some accredited photographers there. Please patronize their services. We also have commercial photographers stationed at the Sam Abua Recreational Quadrangle, which is behind the BAM Library. Please patronize their services. They are accredited by us. Look out for their tags, stamped by the Public Affairs Directorate, so that in case you have to look for them, we'll help you to trace them. And we are inviting you all to share your memorable graduation photos on our hashtags. Hashtag UG Congregation. You can see the hashtags on the screens. Hashtag UG Congregation. Hashtag UG Class of 2026. Please repeat this after me. We go back to the classroom. Hashtag UG Congregation. Hashtag UG Class of 2026. Share your memorable photos there to add to the repository. We enjoin you all to return your gowns to the collection points after your memorable photos. Return your gowns to the R.S. Amegashi Auditorium in your school and pick up your certificates. You remember that there is a penalty to not returning your gown on time. If you have forgotten, go back to the platform and read from the congregation page. You are supposed to return your gowns in time and pick up your certificates after your photographs. And we have a call from our UG Alumni Association, which is on page 117 of your brochure. There's a call from the UG Alumni Association, and there is a QR code there leading to a small form. Please scan the form. I think you can turn to your pages now. It's a very quick exercise you can do. Scan the form and fill it. It's a very short form. Once you fill it and submit, you are part of our prestigious Alumni Association. And I would like to take this opportunity to introduce an executive member of the University of Ghana Alumni Association at North America, Uganda. In case you find yourself there, we have an alumni association there. In case you find yourself in America or Canada, we have an alumni association there, which you can join. We have here in our midst Dr. Alima Tusadi Anuhu, who is an executive member of the association. Thank you very much for joining us, Doc. You are very lucky to have grabbed degrees from the premier university in Ghana. And so we are asking you to advise your friends and family to also come and grab degrees from here. Therefore, we have dedicated more than 6 pages of your brochure to our graduate programs. You yourself can grab a graduate degree to top up what you have gained today. And we are asking that you share with your friends and family so that they also come to grab degrees from here. I hope you've seen on social media that without a degree from the University of Ghana, your CV is not complete. So advise your friends and family to come and grab degrees from the University of Ghana. On this note, I invite us all to kindly rise and take the university anthem.
Tower of Many, is my integrity to make our nation proud. Arise, O labor, defend the cause of freedom. Proceed in truth and integrity to make our nation proud.
Please let's remain standing as the platform party recesses.